It can be exhausting, existing in our modern society sometimes. The day-to-day life of your average human is a sort of mundane chaos. You see the same things every day. Coworkers, cashiers, cars on the road, parking lots, news stories, tragedies, political arguments, TikTok memes, small talk, lunch breaks, report cards, paychecks, TV shows, doctor's appointments, cigarettes, chips, coffee, pizza, beer, liquor, water, bedtime. Do it again. You live the same day over and over with little exceptions. Little moments that prevent your perceived reality from bleeding altogether, in such a way that you're constantly stressed, but also bored, where you feel overwhelmed and also like you've accomplished nothing with your day. Some people call it the grind, or the rat race, or any other gritty term that vaguely romanticizes the struggle to feel human as we go about being directed by the laws and guidelines and goals of the 21st century. Occasionally, someone will get so fed up with that life, their life, that they'll go to the one place they know it can't follow them. They'll relinquish their modern comforts, their daily commutes and fast food visits, in return for a new peace, a hearty, demanding peace, but a peace nonetheless. They go to the woods. It's different out here. It's quieter, but not silent. The breeze through the trees, the chirping of the birds, the occasional scuttling of some forest creature through the brush. It puts the ambient sounds of traffic and human voices to shame. It's cleaner out here. The air is clearer, the water is colder, the ground is softer. Out here, you can be anyone, do anything, because who's going to see it? Who's going to know? If a man dies in the forest, and no one's around to stop it, was the man ever alive? The thing you forget about the forest, after you've romanticized it, walked into it, embraced it, is that it doesn't just apply to you. Anyone could be out here. Anyone. Welcome back, Boneheads, to our series exploring the human horrors of the Fears to Fathom games. This is the fourth video in our series. In previous episodes, we've covered home invasions, motel creeps, violent exes, and lots of hiding places. If you haven't seen the other episodes of this series, I recommend going and watching them now. The earlier episodes help set up a lot of the recurring tropes and themes of this series, and this video will be waiting for you when you come back. In tonight's episode, we'll be playing through the story of Jack Nelson, a 24-year-old who decides to take a job as a fire lookout in a state park in Oregon. What starts as a reflective experience in the wilderness is about to become a horrifying survival situation. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's May, late spring. Jack Nelson is a park ranger stationed in one of the largest forests in the Pacific Northwest. It's not a super well-paying job, but Jack likes to travel and can move around easily thanks to the RV he bought with the help of his father. When the game begins, we're driving this very RV after being transferred to a new lookout spot. As per usual with these games, we have some text messages waiting for us about our new situation. A conversation with someone named Mitch Scott, who seems to be in charge of us in some capacity, and Kayla Nelson, Jack's sister. Mitch tells us that we've been assigned to Tower 11. In this conversation, we see that Jack has gotten used to the solitary life, something that appears to be a major hurdle for a lot of people who take fire lookout jobs. Jack apparently joined for the thrill, but now enjoys the lack of it. Mitch gives us instructions on how to get to the lookout spot and also tells us we'll meet someone named Billy at the gate. The conversation with Kayla is less important to the overall plot, just basic discussions about work life and Jack's job, giving a little bit more context to who Jack is while also giving him a connection to the outside world to help motivate us to, keep him alive. I'll note that in both of these conversations, a heavy focus is put on the discomforts of the modern working world in comparison to the simplicity of a life out in nature. Jack comments that it's not as easy as Kayla's making it out to be, but the point still stands. There's something so alluring about being alone like this, even though there are clear downsides as well. Jack says in his internal dialogue something about keeping the memories at bay. What are you running from, Jack? Kayla recommends a diner to us, and since we're hungry, we pull over and try it out. I love a roadside diner, one of my favorite places to eat. Food always tastes better when you're hungry on the road, and diner food always tastes best. This place is cute. Cool shovel, man. Want to have a forced video game conversation about it? No? Okay, fair. Something about that dude rubs me the wrong way. Hamburger. She's going to get my food. I already know that it's going to sound fucking awful when I eat my food, but first, piss minigame! It's back! This is why diner restrooms are always so dirty. Torturous. I tip, because I'm a good person. I don't want to hear it. A dude stops us on the way out of the diner, a delivery driver asking us where we're headed. I've played these games before, man. Why do you want to know? Whatever. I tell him, and he asks if it's true what happened to those kids the other day. Look, man, I don't know what you're talking about, but thanks for holding up the tradition of people saying ominous shit to me while I'm on the road. This 3-sentence conversation definitely won't haunt me in the middle of the night in the dark forest. Bye. Huh. Kinda weird that my bathroom door is jammed. Feels like something I should investigate further, but it's probably fine. Why would I be worried? It's not like this is a horror game or something. I'm just a fella on the road to his new job. Doo-doo-doo. I love being alive and safe and not murdered by a stranger on the road. We arrive at around 8 o'clock. Guess we gotta find Billy. He's probably in this office. Ah! Damn it, man. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? What's with the gun? Quite like bears, it seems that Billy's just as scared of us as we are of him. Is that true for bears? Jack should probably find out. I don't care enough to research. Wait a second, is there someone walking in the woods out there? Where did they come from? Oh, my bathroom. Apparently, I've smuggled a stranger into these woods. Cool. I'm sure that won't come up again. Billy seems a little surprised that we're here, but he does end up finding our information and giving us our tower key. Guess it's time to head out into the woods at night, where there's definitely an unknown man at night in the woods with no weapon in the woods at night. And did I mention it's in the woods? Great, okay, here we go. There are missing person posters all over this board. At least we have a flashlight. And apparently Tower 12 is our emergency contact, so that's nice. Wonder if they'd be any help in an actual emergency. We've also been warned not to stray too far from our tower as there are bobcats and bears and stuff. Stay within half a mile. Pretty short leash. We get to our tower a little after 11:30. We pass by a little radio tower looking thing on the way in. A helpful landmark. Hey, this place looks just like Firewatch. Which makes sense. We take in the space a little bit before getting set up. There's a board full of valuable information for rangers, a sink, a microwave, a porta potty downstairs, a computer, which is a nice surprise, a bed, and various instruments for reporting various weather conditions in the area. We log into the computer using a password on the board nearby. Oh, this OS has its own version of Clippy. What's your name? Smiley? Cool. Well, there's a training video on the desktop. That's probably important. Let's watch it and get—
Welcome to Ironbark State Park. If you're watching this video, then let me be the first to say congratulations.
This video is pretty fun. I like the little joke about fire getting too wild and drinking and driving. The developers of this game definitely have a similar sense of humor to myself. I also love that the National Forest Service data input form is apparently used by NASA. Why would— Never mind. There's some very strange videos on this computer. I think the first video is a reference to Between Two Ferns, and the second is an obvious Bob Ross parody, but I don't know what's going on with this Cats video. I just know I love it. I'm getting very distracted on this computer. We finally get interrupted from our time on the computer by a voice on the radio. It's the person from Fire Tower 12. His name is Connor. That doesn't make any sense. That's my name. I'm the only one who's allowed to be Connor. We're gonna call him Bonner. Like Connor, but with a ba. I'm also going to sue, but that's a me thing. Plagiarism aside, this is the first time we've gotten real voice acting from a major character in the series.
Experienced comrade. I can see why Mitch picked you.
Some antagonists have had single word lines like hello or Noah, but this is full dialogue. Just another little improvement made by the series as it's progressed, but it does a world of good for the episode. It makes it that much more real. The voice actor, by the way, is Dylan Runge, or Dylan Runge. It's pronounced one of those ways. He hasn't been in a lot of stuff, but he plays this role well. It's interesting. In the game that is most about isolation, we have the most genuine human experience we've had in any of these games. Bonner is a pleasant enough guy. He helps us settle in, warms us up to the isolation we'll be experiencing. It sounds like Jack already has experience out here, but it's nice having someone we can go to for help. Most of the other games haven't had that. We need to get a fire going, because apparently it gets super cold here at night. The fire-making supplies are in a little shack nearby, so I guess we gotta head back down. Boy, if I'm not careful, I'm gonna start a forest fire myself. Speaking of which, looks like I gotta actually do my job. We measure wind speed, temperature, report the weather conditions, and also the number of hikers we assisted today. 0. Killing it. We turn in for the night. So begins our new job as a fire lookout for Tower 11. Sure hope nothing crazy happens. We wake up at 3 in the morning. We're groggy, but we have to get over it. This is part of the job. There's static coming from our radio. Bonner isn't responding though, so we go pee. Quiet piss minigame. It's the middle of the night. Sure hope no one's down there, for both of our sakes. Oh, wait. There actually is. Not right beneath us, but a little ways off. Who would be out here so late? Other than me, obviously. I guess it's not illegal. Some people are night owls. Not me, though. I want to go back to bed. Day 2. This is the first and only game that takes place over the course of more than just one night. This horror is taking its time. It's a beautiful morning. So beautiful that Jack decides to take a picture. Guess he's a bit of a photographer. This thing has some nice zoom. You can see so much of the woods. Oh, Bonner needs me. I guess there's some smoke off in the distance. Some campers ignoring safety rules. Man, this is really similar to Firewatch. I guess there are only so many jobs you have as a lookout. Whatever the case, we have to go deal with it. Bonner reminds us to take our bear mace, which I, as you may notice in my footage going forward, never forget to bring anywhere. I'm not getting caught off guard by a bear, or anything else. Damn, this trail is long. It's basically night now. Yes, we... Was that a scream? There's no one at this campsite. I guess that's good, honestly. I don't want to meet the owner of this machete. I guess that's technically normal for camping supplies, but it still makes me a little nervous. Reminds me that anyone could be out here doing anything, contributing to strange screams in the night. But what this particular absentee freak is doing now is ignoring fire safety. Hero time. Is someone whistling out there? I may not be as alone as I thought I was, but if they're nearby, they can probably tell I'm here. Why aren't they making themselves known? I don't want to stay here for any longer than I have to. Tower, sweet tower. We tell Bonner about what we saw and heard out by the campfire. He's a little PO'd, but doesn't otherwise seem too concerned. He thinks the scream was a fox, which would make sense if it was higher pitched, but Bonner tells us that a lot of people have been flocking to the area since a couple of kids went missing in the area last month while hiking with their families. Now, apparently, there's a rumor about entities in the woods. We've played through enough entries into this series to assume by now that whatever is out in the woods, at least in this circumstance, is not some supernatural monster or ghost or whatever. These games, by definition, are meant to be mostly grounded in reality. Bonner mentioning these entities definitely reads as another red herring, like when the clerk mentioned the woman in white in Norwood Hitchhike, but quite like that circumstance, just because the legend isn't true doesn't mean we're totally safe. There could still be anyone out there, not to mention these bears we keep hearing about. Still, the mention of missing kids seems relevant. We gotta do our regular job for the night now. Let me get on the computer and not get distracted by... It might be hard to tell from my footage, but I played a lot of this game while recording. At first, I was just trying to see if there was any hidden Easter eggs, but then I got caught up in the rampage. Anyway, we've been texting Kayla on and off over our time here. The signal's pretty bad, so our messages don't send sometimes, which makes Kayla worry about us. Nice to know someone cares about us all the way out here. She sent us a casserole recipe. Nice. Let's get cooking. Honestly, even with the limited kitchen space, cooking in a place like this sounds so nice. Very peaceful. Bonner checks in with us one more time while the casserole is in the oven, just to tell us he reported the campers and to sign off. We eat the casserole alone in bed. The sound is kind of starting to grow on me. Just kidding, it's still terrible. March. After we're full, it's time for bed, but we need to light the fire again first. Time to walk all the way back down. Okay, let's just... Wait. The whistling is here again. The developer of this series sometimes likes hiding little missable moments in these games, things that are meant to spook only people who are paying complete attention. This is cool and makes the experience that much more enjoyable for committed first-time players, but it also sometimes creates moments where the player is more on edge than the character they're piloting. We heard the whistling, and therefore we are on edge and want to do something, but our character, or more accurately the person recounting their story, didn't hear it and doesn't comment on it, so narratively we don't get a release. I don't think this little disconnect is intentional, but it does factor into the uncomfortable atmosphere of these games. Long story short, the whistling is spooky, but what exactly are we going to do about it? We close the boards on the tower before going to bed. I guess it's for our privacy, which is nice, but what if a fire starts while we're asleep? I won't question it. I guess there's still a little open window space by the computer. I'll just look there first thing when I wake up. Huh? A light? Is that whistling? I swear that... Oh, shit! There was definitely something by my window just now. They moved away as soon as I saw them, which must mean they can also see me. Shit. He's still there, isn't he? The Whistler. Fuck, I hope he doesn't have that machete. What do I do? What does he want? Fight or flight here. We've got the bear mace, but what if it isn't a bear out there? It's a dumb joke. We decide to just hold still. Wait to see what happens. After a while, there's nothing. No sound. Is there still someone there, waiting on the other side of the door? Or are they gone? Shit. Oh. Not as big of a relief as I'd have liked, but at least we're still alive. So, I'm just gonna say the thing that we're all thinking. There's some cult shit going down in these woods. Might have something to do with all those missing kids. That's a bummer thought. Whatever the case, this open confrontational symbol can only mean one thing. We're a part of this now. Awesome. We wake up Bonner to tell him about what happened. He's not thrilled about being woken up so late at night. I'm not jazzed about the situation either, my man. Oh, it's just kids, is it? Was it just kids when in an alternate timeline I opened the door too early and got fucking murdered? Was that just kids? Bonner! He's pretty dismissive of our experience. How many crazy things do you have to deal with as a park ranger before a deer skull placed on your doorstep in the middle of the night is a casual conversation? We cut to the very next night from here. No more beautiful sunrises. It's windy tonight. The trees are swaying like crazy. Jack has gotten pretty paranoid since his encounter, and he's scanning the woods with dirty binoculars. He's interrupted by an unknown voice on the radio. It seems like a hiker has gotten lost in the woods and is in need of assistance. Finally, we can help someone out tonight. So we need to help this dude choose whether to take the left or right trail to get out of the woods. He gives us a little info on what he can see and what direction he's walking, but it's up to us to get him to the end. As soon as I encountered this in my playthrough, I was already writing this dude's eulogy because I am really bad at stuff like this. I got multiple people killed during my Killer Frequency stream.
No! No!
Now, a lot like the pizza guy, this is the illusion of choice. Whatever direction you tell this guy to go in, the outcome is the same. The hiker thanks you for your direction, walks for a bit, then claims to hear you whistling. Obviously, you're not whistling, which means he's found somebody else. Somebody we know has a machete. We don't get to hear what happens to the hiker, though, as our conversation is interrupted by a knock at the door. Oh, shit, it's just Billy. Hey man, how's it going? I think a hiker is getting murdered in the woods as we speak. Thanks for the supplies. Billy is a pretty ominous dude. He knows we went north to check out the campfire. Maybe Bonner told him that? Anyway, we haven't heard anything else from that hiker. Hope he's doing alright, even though I doubt it. Guess we gotta do our regular report for the night. It fucking windy. We eat the rest of our casserole, and it's time for bed again. Gotta get more firewood. You know, by now, we've done this process enough times that I don't even— Monster! Damn it! Fucking shit, dude! Who the fuck are you? He tells us he's a worker doing maintenance on the radio tower. He just came over to say hello. His name is Silas. There's something familiar about his face. While we're talking about fire safety, Silas says that some fires are meant to burn, and that no amount of prevention can stop them. No dude, that's not how this works. Who hired you? Okay, bye. Now to slumber peacefully, knowing that dude and whoever else is prowling around beneath me. Just gotta check in with Bonner. Uh-huh. So you're saying the radio tower's out of commission? You're saying it was closed down years ago, and there would be no reason to send a maintenance worker out here for it? Right. Cool. Am I gonna die? It's 2 nights later. It's raining. We have to update our computer. Whoa, this really does feel like real life. At this point, it feels like we're just waiting for something to happen, both Jack and the player. We've encountered enough weird things in the woods and at our tower that for once, the protagonist and the player seem to be on the same page. Something is happening. We're a part of it, and we're gonna have to deal with that soon. I just wish I knew what— The update shuts off our power. Great. Now we gotta walk out into the rain and down to the generator. Also, piss minigame. I sure am glad there's a porta potty down here. 1 week later. When is it gonna happen? When do I get to stop holding my breath? It's 2:30 in the morning. Another line of smoke has been sighted. Campers again. How many times do I have to— And there it is. The moment. What the hell is happening down there? So, I was right about the cult shit. Are they burning a body? Man, I knew that hiker was screwed. Shit, every time I've told someone about this, they haven't believed me or they've brushed it off. I need to prove it this time. Good thing I have my camera. We line up our shot, focus, and— Shit. They're coming! Damn it, I can't believe I had the flash on. What a rookie mistake. All we can do is hide now. Man, they got here fast. From under the bed, we see the door swing open. A roped pair of legs paces around our tower looking for us. There aren't many hiding spaces, so he's gonna find us. But maybe he thinks we got out of the tower before he got here. If he thinks we're running away, maybe he'll head back out and we can sneak away. He'd have to at least go outside to see the rest of the area. I was right, that's what he's doing. But he went left instead of right. He didn't go down the stairs. I think he just went around to the other side. Shit. Oh, it's gonna be close, but we can't stay here. If he comes back and keeps looking, that's it. Just gotta be totally quiet, totally sneaky. Oh fuck, he sees us. Go. Where do I— he'll catch me if I— Oh! I sure am glad there's a porta potty down here. As soon as the man is far enough the other direction, we open the door and sprint down to our RV. I expect in this moment for the screen to go black and for the game to end, but I realize there's still a lot of woods between here and our RV, and there was more than one cultist. Please. Yes! Oh shit, no! We have to go now! Yes! As we drive off into the night, we get our real ending. The police went out and investigated the area the next morning, but they found nothing. Classic. And so ends our analysis of the 4th entry into the Fears to Fathom series. This entry is probably the one I see most criticized for being unrealistic, which I can understand. It's not often that someone tussles with a real honest-to-goodness cult out in the woods, complete with all the spooky ritual shit and the sacrificial murder and scary robes and stuff. It's entirely possible humans are capable of anything and love forming stupid groups, but it just seems a little unlikely. Maybe there was a cult, but they were a little less theatric. Maybe Jack actually was chased by a stranger in the woods, and Rayll just added the cult angle. Maybe none of it happened. I choose to believe it did. Either way, the message remains clear. The woods are peaceful. They're a place away from normal human life. They're a place where the rules are different, the expectations and pressures completely changed, if they're at all. It's a place you can go to find yourself, or be yourself. But anyone else can be themselves out there too, and you might not like what that self looks like. I'll see you in the finale, boneheads.